continuación, CPS Noticias.
Good evening, Vallarta and all the Bay Area. Welcome to CPS News, your direct link to the news that speaks your language. Tonight, it's Monday, February 19th, and we have lots of great stories tonight for you. First of all, how you doing, Jessy?
I'm doing great, Brent. Thanks for asking. I hope you guys are doing so good as well. We do have a lot of important information for you today, information in your language. But remember, you can also be in contact with us. You can message us, do it via YouTube. We'll see all of your messages, and we'll keep track of who's messaging us and what you guys are saying. So anyways, we have a lot of information. So what do you say we get started, Brent?
I say we do. We got lots of great stories tonight, very interesting stories. So let's stick with us. We come right back and we'll get going.
CPS News that speaks your language.
Now, Jessy, why don't we take a minute and find out what's on tonight's newscast? What do we got?
All right, well, here are tonight's headlines. Let's listen up.
Tonight on CPS Evening News, we got a lineup of interesting and relevant stories coming up that you will not want to miss. Post-hurricane recovery, Puerto Vallarta launches tree planting initiative after Hurricane Lydia destroys many trees. Municipality offers support and saplings for residents. Have you been scammed recently? State police in Nayarit apprehend suspects for alleged stolen credit cards, cash, and attempted bribery of police. Police shoot suspected robber in Las Juntas. Dramatic confrontation unfolds as officers stop robbery attempt in Cinco de Diciembre. Investigation is underway. Semarnat and developers strike a deal. Closed real estate development set to reopen pending environmental impact statement approval. Legal standoffs have been resolved. These and much more tonight on CPS News with Jessy Ruiz and Brent Lane. Please stay tuned.
In our first story tonight, the Puerto Vallarta Bahía de Banderas metro area clinches the second spot in Mexico's competitiveness ranking, following Los Cabos, also known as Cabo San Lucas. Stay tuned for insights into the collaborative efforts behind this achievement.
The Mexican Institute of Competitiveness, IMCO, has ranked the Puerto Vallarta Bahía de Banderas metropolitan area as the second most competitive in Mexico after Los Cabos. The assessment includes 20 cities based on criteria like innovation, infrastructure, and economy. Furthermore, it ranks second out of 66 cities in international openness, being the third metropolitan area in terms of passenger flow to or from abroad, and second in having the largest supply of 4- and 5-star hotels. The Urban Competitiveness Index 2023 evaluates cities' ability to attract talent and investment for long-term productivity and well-being. This achievement follows 5 years of collaboration between Nayarit and Jalisco state governments and the municipalities of Puerto Vallarta and Bahía de Banderas.
CPS News.
Well, that's a great distinction for our area. While stories like that are amazing, Puerto Vallarta still faces some challenges for the aftermath of a major hurricane last year. Let me tell you all about it. Well, in Puerto Vallarta, Hurricane Lydia caused significant damage, including the loss of approximately 1,500 trees. The Municipal Ecology Subdirectory assists citizens in replanting trees, offering guidance and providing up to 3 saplings per household. Municipal Public Services handles tree-related tasks, while Municipal Ecology conducts environmental education talks. They encourage planting species like ficus to avoid damaging pipes and cables. The department provides recommendations and certification for healthy growth. Fruit and lumber trees are recommended for homes, while the nursery has 1,500 seedlings ready for planting. Residents must obtain permission to prune or cut down trees as they belong to the municipality. The effort aims to mitigate environmental damage and restore green spaces post-hurricane. These images you've just seen are by Angel Martinez and information from Carolina Gomez, CPS News.
Wrapping up the aftermath of Hurricane Lydia in Puerto Vallarta, we all remember how much worse it could have been. And sadly, Acapulco wasn't so lucky last year. We lost some trees, but the municipal ecology is helping with replanting. Now let's talk about health and where to go when you might not be feeling all that healthy. Here's Luna about one of our local hospital sponsors.
Thank you, Brent and Jessy. February is the month of love and friendship, but it's also Heart Health Month. And at Joya Hospital, we want to care for your heart as it deserves. Come for a comprehensive cardiac checkup, including complete blood count, 3-element blood chemistry, lipid profile, electrocardiogram, chest x-ray, and medical assessment only for 4,200 pesos. Also, enjoy a 50% off discount on consultings with electrocardiogram and echocardiogram. Additionally, this month, get your blood pressure checked for free. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 322-226-1010 or 322-226-81. Valid from February 1st to the 29th. Hospital Joya, committed to your health.
Thank you, Luna. Now we have good news. Cindy, the renowned whale in Puerto Vallarta, is back to our bay with a new calf. Despite past challenges, she's become a symbol of resilience. The Less Speed, More Lives campaign aims to prevent boat collisions. Here's more on this story and campaign.
Cindy, one of Mexico's beloved whales, has returned to Puerto Vallarta. The large mammal visits the Banderas Bay almost every year to reproduce in its warm waters. Cindy has a survival story. She survived a collision, as is known to local service providers, environmentalists, and biologists. Astrid Frisch Jordan, president of the Ecology and Conservation of Whales organization, has known Cindy since 2002. Cindy had her first calf in 2008 and became an ambassador for the Less Speed Equals More Lives campaign. Unfortunately, Cindy has lost 2 calves due to boat collisions. Now she has a new calf, which brings hope. The organization recently launched a video to prevent whale and boat collisions. Astrid recommends caution while navigating during this season. Reduce your speed, have a lookout on the bow, and be mindful of marine life. It's crucial to navigate at lower speeds, especially in areas with whales, as they can be difficult to spot, particularly when they're mothers and calves. Enjoy navigating at a slower pace and observing marine life responsibly.
CPS News.
So that's a really awesome story. Cindy's comeback to Banderas Bay is a great testament on how marine life really bounces back. Let's all keep cruising through these waters with a watchful eye and always making sure we're doing our part for Puerto Vallarta's marine life. Now, once again, let's hear from Luna about our wonderful sponsor, Fabrice Corp Realty.
Thank you, guys. Are you ready to live your dream in paradise? Well, look no further than Fabrice Luxury Real Estate in Puerto Vallarta. Discover stunning properties in one of Mexico's most desirable destinations. From beachfront villas to elegant condos, Fabrice offers the finest in luxury living. Visit us today at Fabrice Luxury Real Estate, fabricecorp.com.mx, where dreams become reality. Your piece of paradise awaits.
Thank you again, Luna. Now let me tell you about this story. State police in Nayarit arrested a suspect this week for attempting to bribe authorities, and here is Brent with all the details and a call out to the public for information.
State police in Nayarit nabbed a suspect, Jason Enrique, age 21, in Bahía de Banderas. He's accused of trying to bribe authorities and was caught with 20,000 pesos, 7 bank cards, and a stolen 2023 Nissan Sentra. This arrest aims to boost security and curb criminal activities. The suspect, Enrique, has been handed over to the local authorities. And if you recognize him or have any info on any related crimes, reach out to the Nayarit State Attorney General's office. Thanks to Miguel Gonzalez Guerrera from CPS News for this interesting story.
Thank you, Brent, for that story. Again, if you're a victim of a similar crime or recognize the suspect, please reach out to the Nayarit State Attorney General's office. So, Brent's Spanish pronunciation is getting better, right? How about yours? Here's a great way to improve your communication here in Mexico with our sponsor, American English Learning Tree. Unlock the door to a world of language through American English Tree's Dynamic Institute, offering both in-person and online classes with an excellent program for seamless learning of Spanish and English. But there's more. When you register as a Spanish student, you provide a 100% English scholarship to a child in need, ensuring their access to their ongoing language program. Join in spreading the joy of language and making a positive impact in our community. Reach out to get started. Their number is 322-236-5924, or you can visit them at Plaza Caracol. They're right behind the bowling alley. Remember, American English Tree. Speak it, understand it, enjoy it.
Thanks again, Jesse, and a big shout out as always to Eddie and the whole English Tree team. We actually have Eddie coming into our radio show every single weekend on Asphalt Radio, which you can hear every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. as he's teaching our listeners and he's teaching me a little more Spanish. Let's see how I improve week to week with my pronunciation. Don't grade too hard, and we'll see how that goes. So now, in La Juntas, a suspected robber fleeing towards Bahía de Banderas was shot by police after colliding with a police car and drawing a weapon. The suspect is part of a group of accused of robberies in the Cinco de Diciembre neighborhood. Now here are more details on this shocking story.
In Las Juntas, a suspected robber was shot by police while attempting to flee towards Bahía de Banderas. He collided with a police car, then drew a weapon, prompting an officer to shoot him. The suspect ran a short distance before collapsing and bleeding to death. He was part of a group that allegedly robbed a man in the Cinco de Diciembre neighborhood. The police intercepted them based on information about the motorcycle. The authorities are investigating and the public ministry is collecting evidence.
CPS News.
Well, this fatal shooting was over in Las Juntas. It's always scary to hear about this information, but you know what? The real news covers everything, right?
Well, it really does. And I'm glad that you mentioned that because we get a lot of questions about, is your news real? Are you going to cover real news? Is it just going to be happy talk about living in a tropical paradise? But we really do cover real news. And I call out to all of you out there, if you know a news story, if you've heard about a news story, you want us to cover it, the best place to communicate with us is right on our YouTube channel and any of our videos, and just send us a news story and we'll look into covering it for you.
Right. We're going to go on a quick break right now, but we will be back with more information. Stay tuned.
CPS News. News that speaks your language.
Welcome back to CPS News, the news that speaks your language. Now, last week, we don't have a weather person on this show per se, but man, our weather is so crazy right now.
I know, it's crazy, but it's kind of normal. You know, in Spanish we have a saying, it says, Febrero loco y marzo otro poco. That means February, it's a crazy month, and then March is going to be crazier. So, you know, you're going to get a little crazy weather this month and maybe even next month too.
Well, embrace the loco, folks.
That's for sure. All right, let's go with more information. How about that?
Have you seen all those closed signs posted on many pre-construction condos around town? I have. And here are the details of why some of them might finally be able to proceed with their construction.
The Secretary of Environmental and Natural Resources, SEMERNAT, and representatives from pre-construction developments that were closed since last year reached an agreement in December. They would submit the environmental impact statement, which SEMERNAT would review in a shorter time frame. Once approved, the seals will be removed and developers would withdraw from legal proceedings. Approximately 22 real estate developments were closed over a year ago, affecting around 880 units valued at a minimum of $400,000 each and totaling an estimated 6 billion pesos. Presenting the environmental impact statement entails additional costs for developments, but they are optimistic about government support to regularize the situation. In exchange for lifting the closure seals, construction companies agreed to drop all legal actions against the federal government. Any new developments will now consider submitting an environmental impact statement before commencing construction. The meeting involved representatives from Semarnat and the Federal Attorney for Environmental Protection, Profepa. CPS News.
So that's good news for all those condo owners that have been affected by this. Now, we had some shocking news this week when National Guard officers in Puerto Vallarta arrested 2 individuals with rocket launchers, grenades, rifles, and drugs when the suspects crashed into a National Guard vehicle. This sounds like an action movie. Here are the details about this very intense arrest right here.
Guardia Nacional officers stopped an attack and arrested 2 people with rocket launchers, grenades, rifles, magazines, cartridges, and apparent drugs. While patrolling near El Ranchito village in Puerto Vallarta, they saw a parked truck with 2 armed men. When they noticed the officers, they tried to escape but crashed into a Guardia Nacional vehicle. The men fired at the officers but were eventually overpowered, dropping their weapons and surrendering. One attacker was injured but not critically. Inside the truck, officers found 2 rocket launchers, grenades, rifles, pistols, magazines, cartridges, tactical vests, and bags of what appeared to be marijuana.
CPS News.
The National Guard's swift action stopped what could have been a potential attack, leading to the arrests of 2 individuals with dangerous weapons. Stay tuned for any updates on this situation. Now, some good news. Oh yeah, we have good news too. Thanks to the initiative of Jaime Castillo Copado, an official of the Civil Registry in the city, Puerto Vallarta received the Responsible Breastfeeding Jalisco Distinction 2023. This is for their lactation project implemented since June 2022. They installed a lactation room next to their offices, setting an example for other institutions and companies in the area to provide a safe lactation environment. This distinction was awarded in the category of promoting and committing to breastfeeding, and it was presented during a session of the Internal Committee for Promoting Breastfeeding. The project aligns with the state of focus on the first 1,000 days of life policy, emphasizing exclusive breastfeeding. Castillo Copado emphasized the importance of supporting working mothers and ensuring they have the necessary facilities and assistance. It also provides privacy and amenities such as air conditioning, changing tables, refrigerators, and sterilizers. The room aims to promote breastfeeding and facilitate milk expression in a comfortable and supportive environment.
That is so great, and what an uplifting story. Puerto Vallarta's recognition for promoting breastfeeding really underscores its commitment to supporting working mothers. Stay tuned for more updates on initiatives promoting health and well-being in our community. Now, let's take your home into the future. And the future is Savvy Homes. So transform your home into a smart home with Savvy Control Home. Experience the seamless integration of security, comfort, audio, video, and lighting systems all at your fingertips. They proudly collaborate with the market's best brands to ensure the highest quality in every solution. Visit their showroom today on Highway Punta de Mita, kilometer 1.5, number 9, right at the entrance of La Cruz, and you will witness the future of smart living. Elevate your lifestyle today. Call Savvy Control Home, and the number is 322-223-0195, or just visit their webpage at savvycontrolhome.com. Okay, let's have some fun. I am talking directly to our viewers out there. Yes, you, watching on TVMar. So, living right here in Puerto Vallarta, we've got all kinds of neighbors. We know them. Some are super happy, others are a bit noisy, and some are pretty annoying. But let me tell you about one of the coolest neighbors we've got, the crocodile hanging out at the Marina Vallarta Malecon. And I see him all the time. This guy's been making this place his home for many, many years, and he's like the chillest neighbor ever. Never causing any trouble or setting off fireworks at midnight. You know who you are. Since we've all got used to having him around, we think it's about time to give him a name. So here's the deal. Drop us a message on WhatsApp and let us know what name you think suits our reptilian buddy. This crocodile's become part of the Vallarta family, and as locals, we're all about living in harmony with awesome creatures of nature. So, you got any cool names for our crocodile friend? Hit us up and let us hear your suggestions. Send your croc name suggestion to 322-117-7255. One more time, 322-117-7255, and we'll announce the best name right here on a future newscast.
Well, that's super fun. Getting a name for a crocodile, that's fun.
I think I'm going to go with Godzilla.
Oh, Godzilla. No. I have two names.
Ooh.
I have a Spanish name, which would be Paco.
Oh.
Paco the crocodile, see? And then I have Nile the crocodile. Which one do you like best? I think my names are better than his.
No way. Godzilla's the best, and he's super popular right now. I'm going with Godzilla.
All right, now let's go over to Luna Tamayo, see what name she's going to pick. Nah, just kidding. She's going to tell us about all the events that we have coming up this week in Puerto Vallarta.
Thank you, Brent and Jessy. Now, let's take a look at some of the fun events this week in Puerto Vallarta and Bahía de Banderas. Let's get our calendars out and plan our weeks together. This segment is brought to you by TVMar. If you want to invest in land, call TVMar. Their number is 322-371-0387. Enjoy the golf party in Mexico with the PGA Tour stars. The best sports and social events await you from February 22nd to the 25th. Buy your tickets today at MexicoOpen.mx. Enjoy the golfing excitement. Get ready for an exciting milestone as Puerto Vallarta gears up to host the inaugural Women's Tennis Association 125. Mark your calendars from February 19 to the 25 at Parque Parota. Purchase your tickets now at boletomobile.com and become a part of history at Mexico Series Puerto Vallarta WTA 125. Join in for a week of unparalleled sportsmanship and excitement. Are you ready for the carnival? From February 22nd to the 24th, we'll have 3 days full of colors, music, and joy. Puerto Vallarta's carnival promises to be an unforgettable experience for the whole family. Join us at Illumination Dinner and Show on February 29th at Shangri-La Marina Vallarta. Enjoy sunset cocktails, a gourmet dinner, and performances by Elvis impersonator Steve Elliott. Bid on exclusive items in our auctions, all supporting children with disabilities through Pasitos de Luz charity. Contact Chris Jacobs at 322-137-1890 for reservations. That's the events we have in our calendar for this weekend. My name is Luna Tamayo. Let's go back to you guys for more news.
Thank you again, Luna. If you see us at any of these events, please say hi and let us know what you think of the newscast. We love feedback. In our last story, vehicle verification has been a hot topic over the last few years in our area. In 2023, only 9,000 vehicles underwent verification in Puerto Vallarta, with nearly 20% failing the test, primarily in March and April. Despite the mandatory nature of the program, there have been no fines issued to non-complaint drivers. This lack of enforcement led to protests and roadblocks when the state government announced crackdowns. The verification center, while still operational, experienced a low turnout compared to the city's vehicle count of almost 150,000. Reasons for failing the test included emissions, dilution, and visible smoke. Vehicles failing the initial test are entitled to a free retest within 30 days. If they fail again, they receive a not approved sticker, allowing 1 year for repairs without penalties. As of now, there have been no sanctions for non-compliance in Puerto Vallarta, according to Semadet.
So the whole vehicle verification thing, I've been there twice. It's generally pretty empty, but I do know this is very contentious among the locals. But in reality, I think it's a good idea. We have a beautiful air here and a beautiful place, so I hope they really do figure this out and make it accessible for everyone.
Yes, it has to be accessible and it has to work correctly. We don't want any corruption going on this type of things. But anyways, that's all for tonight's news. We want to hear what you have to say. Don't forget to send us a message. You can do it via YouTube. We read all of your messages and we really appreciate them. So on that note, I say thank you for the messages and have a great night. Thanks for watching Channel 10.1 and news in your language.
And always keep in mind, if you've got an event, a gala, an opening, we'd love to get back to the community. We'd love to be there with you to really help your business get off the ground. So let us know how we can help and message us. And from that, good night to everybody. Good night to our listeners. Good night to you, Jessy.
Good night.
Have a great evening, and thanks for tuning in.
CPS News. News that speaks your language.